It started with a rumor. Every school has one. A story no teacher confirms, but no student dares to ignore. At first, I didn't believe it. Until I stayed late. 6:10 p.m. The final bell had rung almost an hour ago. The halls were empty. Too empty. I was in the library finishing an assignment I had ignored all week. My phone battery was dead, and the silence around me felt unnatural. Not peaceful. Just wrong. The librarian had already left. I didn't even notice when. That should have been my first warning. 6:32 p.m. As I packed my bag, I heard it. Footsteps. Soft. Slow. Coming from the hallway. At first, I thought maybe a teacher was still around. But something about the sound felt off. Each step was slightly uneven. Like someone dragging one foot. Step. Drag. Step. Drag. I froze. Hello. I called out. No response. Just silence. Then. Step. Drag. Closer this time. 6:35 p.m. I stepped into the hallway. The lights flickered once. Then again. Half of them went out completely. Now the corridor was dim, lit only by a few buzzing lights overhead. That's when I saw him. At the far end of the hallway. A boy. Standing completely still. Facing me. 6:36 p.m. Hey. I said, relieved. School's closed. No response. He didn't move. Didn't blink. Just stood there. His uniform looked old. Not dirty. Just outdated. Like from another time. Are you okay? I asked, walking a few steps closer. That's when I noticed something strange. His head was tilted slightly. Too much. Like his neck couldn't hold it straight. 6:37 p.m. Step. Drag. He started walking. Slowly. Towards me. My chest tightened. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Stop. I said. He didn't. Step. Drag. Step. Drag. The sound echoed through the empty hallway. Louder now. Closer. 6:38 p.m. I turned and walked the other way. Then faster. Then I ran. I didn't look back. I didn't want to see how close he was. 6:40 p.m. I reached the staircase and rushed down. The lights here were worse. Almost completely dark. Only the emergency lights glowed faintly. I grabbed the railing and moved carefully. That's when I heard it again. Behind me. On the stairs. Step. Drag. Step. Drag. He was following me. 6:41 p.m. I ran. Almost slipped. Barely caught myself. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I reached the ground floor. The exit door was just ahead. Freedom. I pushed it open. It didn't move. Locked. 6:42 p.m. No. No, no, no. I pulled harder. Still locked. I looked around. Every door. Every exit. Locked. That's when I remembered something. The rumor. The rumor. Years ago. A student stayed late after school. No one knows why. Some say detention. Some say punishment. Some say he just never went home. The next morning, they found him at the bottom of the staircase. Neck broken. Head tilted. Just like 6:43 p.m. Step. Drag. I turned slowly. He was there. At the end of the corridor. Closer than before. Much closer. And now, I could see his face. 6:44 p.m. His eyes were open. Too wide. Unblinking. His mouth slightly open. Like he was trying to speak. But couldn't. His skin was pale. Almost gray. And his head. Still tilted. At an impossible angle. 6:45 p.m. Please. I whispered. He stopped. For a moment, I thought it was over. Maybe he'd leave. Maybe I imagined everything. Then, he lifted his hand, slowly, and pointed at me. 6:46 p.m. The lights went out. Completely. Darkness swallowed everything. I couldn't see. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't think. Then I felt it. Something cold. Right behind me. 6:47 p.m. A whisper. Right next to my ear. You stayed. Too late. I turned. Nothing. But the air felt heavier. Colder. Then. Step. Drag. Right behind me. 6:48 p.m. I ran blindly. Through the dark. Hands hitting walls. Desks. Lockers. Anything. I didn't know where I was going. I just needed to get away. 6:50 p.m. I saw a faint light. The security office. The door was slightly open. I rushed inside and slammed it shut. Locked it. 6:51 p.m. Inside. The monitors were still on. Showing different parts of the school. Empty hallways. Dark classrooms. Then, one screen caught my attention. Camera 7. Staircase. There he was. Standing still. Looking up. At the camera. Then slowly. He tilted his head further. Until it snapped. 6:52 p.m. I stumbled back. Terrified. Then I noticed something else. Another screen. Camera 12. Security room. I looked closer. My blood ran cold. On the screen. I was standing there. In the room. Frozen. Facing the camera. But that wasn't the worst part. Behind me. Standing inches away. Was him. 6:53 p.m. I turned around. Nothing. The room was empty. But the screen still showed him. Still behind me. Still watching. 6:54 p.m. Then slowly. On the screen. He raised his hand. And placed it. On my shoulder. 6:55 p.m. I felt it. Cold. Heavy. Real. Right on my shoulder. 6:56 p.m. I couldn't move. Couldn't scream. Couldn't breathe. Then, in the monitor, he leaned closer. His mouth near my ear. And whispered. Now. You stay. Next morning. 8:10 a.m. Students arrived like any other day. Laughing. Talking. Normal. Until someone screamed. At the staircase. They found a student. Lying at the bottom. Neck broken. Head tilted. Eyes wide open. Unblinking. But that's not the scariest part. From that day on, students started hearing footsteps after school. Step. Drag. Step. Drag. And sometimes, if you stay late, and look down the hallway, you might see two figures. One walking. One following. And both never leaving.